What's up, everyone? This is Dave doing a replay analysis for Dan, also known as the CME, also known as Arrow. He's about a mid-plat when I took this, so let's see what I can do. It's my first time ever doing this, so I apologize if it sucks. I'm going to keep working through some of my audio and video setups over the next couple weeks, so hopefully these will be better and a lot more helpful. Anyway, let's just get right into it. Not a bad kickoff. Good turn for boosts. Not much you're doing there. Teammate just should have been up quicker. See kickoff? Okay. So right here in twos, at least from what I like to do, it's generally a good idea to cheat up on this. When you're still in gold and silver and it's a possibility that the ball pops up over, then I think it's fine to turn back and just kind of chill in the middle. But as you get up in the ranks, you really should either be going to the left or right for the corner boost or cheating up. Yeah, so right here, the ball pops out. Pretty neutral kickoff to your left because Sweet over here cheated up on the kickoff. He's obviously going to win that ball. So now if we go back, yeah, you now have to turn around and try to make this defensive play, which, to be fair to you, was a pretty good clear off the back wall. Good follow. Nice boost grab. So here, I feel like you shouldn't be following your teammate as close. Granted, his positioning for the clear wasn't as good. So if we go back here, not too bad. Teammate comes in. So he misses that off the back wall, and he's waiting for the ball to come back down, and you've already moved into the left side of the goalpost. So what I would have done is coming back here. So off the clear. With 11 boosts, your decision to turn back for boost in the corner was pretty good. If you had more boost there, then potentially a good idea would have been to challenge forward and try to get to the ball before him. Then again, Wizard's also there, so I don't mind this turn back at all. But again, with the turn back here, I would stop right about here because your teammate's already here, and you can see that he's boosting out to try and challenge this. So if he makes the play, then you're in a good position to then turn upfield and wait for a hit. So if we keep going through here, again, you're right on top of him, so when he pops it up, you're not in a great position to challenge this if you let it roll through, because you were still boosting to get there. So yeah, right here, he pops it up, and you're still boosting, so you're a little bit under it, and that leads to a 50 that's not great. Not a bad turn here. Good clear off the wall. A little bit of time. See there, with no boost there, it's hard. I probably would have flipped a little bit earlier to get there. I'm actually going to go back a little bit more here. So back to this clear. The pop-up, like I said. Not the greatest 50 in the world, but you did what you could when you were right under it. Again, good clear. So right there, recovery was a little suspect. With only 12 boost, when you come off the clear like that, I can see why you would want to try to boost out of there. But the way you land, your boost just kind of takes you up the wall a little bit. And you only have 12, so you're really not going to get anywhere. So what I would have done is just immediately turned back down and saved your boost. Maybe tried to pick up a couple of the pads here. So depending on your positioning right there, you probably could have flipped into it just to try to get there a bit faster. None of the other team was challenging, so it's really not that big of a deal. Nice boost grab. Not a bad take up the wall. Could have been better. You gotta score that whiz. So with the pop-up there, you know that your teammate just missed. You can see him turn back around. If you're going to pop the ball up there, you kind of have to keep challenging it because all you did was give away possession here. So he misses the shot. You grab the boost. If you can, when you turn for this boost, I can see you're trying to do both. Next time, if you can, I would try to turn and get a little bit more to the right of the ball. Because if you can get to the right, then you can pop it up towards the net and grab the boost at the same time instead of putting it into the corner. Because what that does is when you drive under it, instead of like you didn't follow it up the wall. So when you popped it up like that, it just gave Sweet the chance to clear. So we're coming in. Ooh. Okay. So once you've lost possession here, so you lost possession in the corner. Really what you should be doing, and I can't see where exactly your teammate is, but I think I can hear him to the right. What you should have done is right... Oh, shoot. I keep going back too far. What am I doing? Okay. So right here, instead of turning and trying to cut rotation here, I feel like you should have just driven back. Just go up the field. You don't really need to collect pads because you already have 83 boost, but it's never a bad idea to grab pads if they're free. Because in cutting off rotation here, you're trying to force a bad challenge. If you would have been able to get more to the right of the ball, then it wouldn't have been as bad. But because you came in a little late to it, it had already gone past, and you just pinch it. And yeah, your teammate was right there, so it's entirely possible that your teammate would have been able to come in and challenge it off the wall. But in cutting rotation, I mean, the pinch is unlucky, obviously, but it just puts you guys in a really bad position. Pretty solid recovery there on the bump. Nothing crazy here. Good patience. I'm a little torn on that one. Because Wizard got the ball in the corner. It makes sense to be kind of shadowing him. So right there, he doesn't get a good touch. And you've already committed to turn back around. Which I suppose... Let's watch this again. You know, I don't mind that turn. Because you're expecting him to get a good clear, and you've got to be ready for it. Wiz is kind of messing you there. So Wiz should have come back around. He cut rotation, which messed you up. That's what you get when you're playing twos. It again, at some point Wiz needs to turn back around. Nice 50. It's a good challenge in. Good speed, beating him to it. Not 100% sure about that boost grab. It's a little quick for me. I wish I was able to slow it down. I feel like you might have been able to keep going and try to put a 50 in because you know your teammate's back and will be able to cover for you if you miss. But the boost grab is good. Nice play off the ceiling. Solid recovery. That's a very dangerous 50. Because your teammate misses, he brings it down. All he can do at this point, because he's behind the ball, is bring it this way. Because if he wants to try to take it in a different direction, he has to let it down, and that gives you time. You turning for this and going for this 50, if he hadn't jumped and you jumped, it's entirely possible that you just would have flung it back at your net. I really wouldn't try to do a 50 if you're facing your own net. That's just me, though. Luckily, it goes up, and you're fine. Not the greatest clear. Teammate should challenge here. So this isn't necessarily your fault. This is definitely Wiz's fault. But it's something to keep in mind, especially at the lower ranks. So you're watching Wiz, seeing what he's doing. He looks like he's going to turn. So right there, when he turns, when he power slides and turns, you're already up the wall. Since you're the last one back, try to be a bit more conservative just because he double commits. And right there, you can see that he's already jumping and you're already on the wall. So you both are challenging this. So if Wizard gets it over you, because Wizard's so much closer to the ball than Wiz is. Names, come on now. Wiz isn't going to win this challenge. Wiz is completely out of the play at this point because he's already started to boost. So if we keep going, you get the challenge, thankfully, but if that would have been over you, that's almost guaranteed a goal for them. All right, and we jump ahead. Solid grab, that's a good challenge, good 50. You saw your teammate going back and went forward. Unfortunate demo. Spawn on the left side, good grab. Push forward. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Not a bad challenge by you at all, and ended up working out. So the only thing I would say there is if you feel confident, I would try to get up a little faster. Just a little earlier on this challenge. Because you can get over it. Nice recovery, a little bit of a lucky shot, but he placed it decently well. Don't know how much of that was meant or not. Let's see the kickoff. Not too bad, good win. Good center. Nice. Solid play. Solid play off a kickoff. Wiz got the shot. I like it. I like what I see. Nice win. Nice. Nice shot. Again, if you feel confident, if you get up, so like right there. You've got 50 boost, and you can see that both of the defenders are down. Neither of them have challenged this yet. You are in an optimal position for this. So if you're comfortable with it, I would even say try to get up a little bit earlier, because if Sweet realizes what the situation is, so Sweet probably should have been up about right here. He should have been up to challenge that, but he didn't. Once you start getting up the ranks, they're going to be a bit quicker about getting into the air. So if you can start getting up quicker, then it'll be easy money for a lot of these games. But again, saw that they were down. Got up, beat him to the ball, nice goal. So right there, again, if you start cheating up a little bit more, you'll be able to get on that. Again, don't know how much of that touch by Wiz was meant. Not a bad idea. I'm liking the goal mouth recovery. Let's grab. Unlucky there with the turn, just coming in a little to the left. So I would say turning as much as you did there. Try to be a bit more patient. I went way too far back. Try to be a bit more patient. So you can see he's coming in and he's coming straight. He's coming in straight at the ball. So unless he gets the absolute perfect dink to the left and bounces it out in the corner, all that's going to do is cut back out to the middle, which it ended up doing because he didn't get the greatest of touches. But you had already turned a little to the left, so it made it a bit harder for you to then get back around and make that hit. Teammate should be there. Nice way to get behind him. So right there, and I'm going to be a huge hypocrite because I do this all the time. So right here, you picked up that pad and you've got 72 boost. You can see that Wiz bangs this clear, which isn't a horrible decision, getting it out there. He might have been able to control it a little bit because there are no defenders anywhere near him. So this ball isn't free per se, but it's also definitely not 100% in your possession. So instead of coming up with him and trying to follow it, you go for this corner boost, which means that you're back. So Wiz missed the ball here, and the defender is right there in a solid position to clear it. So what I would suggest is when you're coming around here, you grab this boost, you see Wiz bang it. Follow him up the middle because you know that the ball is going to go here and eventually bounce center. So instead of going off for this boost, what you can do, I believe it's called pathing. It's been a while since a coach explained it to me. But what you do is you follow up the middle and you follow these boost paths. So if you wanted to be a little bit closer, you can follow going this way, like pick up this pad, this pad, this pad, and then turn in. I like to follow center if I know that the ball's going this way. So I'll come in and path through here. And then once you get to, it's either this pad or this pad here. I believe it's this one now that I'm looking at it. You then have the option of splitting off to the left or right because there's another pad here and I believe another pad here. So if you follow up the middle, it gives you a lot more options when it comes to deciding where you want to go once the ball comes back. So the ball didn't bounce as much as I thought it was going to, and Wiz is still right there. So he should be able to make a play on it. But again, if you're pathing up the middle, then that gives you the opportunity to either cut in quickly if you need to, or keep going up the field for a potential pass. Not the greatest touch by Wiz, but he gets a good dunk. Clear out. Not the best of centers, but unlucky. Wiz coming in right behind you. So turning up the wall there. Okay. So the center comes in. Defender clears it out. So right there, and it might just have been a quick, like a snap decision. So defender gets it out. You miss the ball here. So your teammate's coming in, and he's banging it this way, right? So it's either going to be a clear in the corner, or it'll be able to roll around. So what you end up doing is you come up the wall and then turn back to the right. Your teammate's still there chasing it. So at this point, there's really no opportunity to attack in the middle here because you're both right here on the wall. So what I feel like you should have done is once you see your teammate coming in, stay going this way on the wall and try to turn inward to open yourself up for a pass because you've got 85 boost, so you really don't need to worry about getting this mid boost. So I would try to turn, maybe take a peek once you're around and see if the ball's actually going to go center or not, see if they're going to get the clear. Because that opens yourself up for a lot more opportunities. So right there, he was able to get that. So if you would have turned, this way on the wall instead of turning back around and coming in, you probably would already have been in the middle and available to try to knock that ball in. Now I said all that without seeing if the play actually ended up good, so you probably are going to score this because that's generally how it goes. I'm going to assume, yeah, okay. So there, you still got up decently quickly, so it wasn't, didn't end up being the end of the world. But again, if you turn to the left, you're going to be at the center a little bit quicker, and then you probably would have been at least a little more to the left of that ball, and it would have been an easier angle for you. Because coming in, trying to chase this ball down and get around it isn't the easiest thing in the world. So I'm not 100% sure what happened there because we skipped ahead 4 seconds. So I'm assuming you just turned and grabbed that boost. Not the worst decision in the world. So, that turn was a little quick. A little quick on the turnaround there. So you can see that your teammate just kind of banged it off the wall, and it's popped out center. So he is out of, I believe he's also backwards. I believe he's facing this way at this point. So there's no way that he's going to be able to get that challenge in. So you can see he popped out, and you can see that Sweet's coming in, and he's going to have the clear. So all the turn really does here is it puts you in this position where you're now not backwards to the play, but you're backwards to the ball, if that makes sense. Like the ball is coming at you and you are facing that way. So that's why you then have to like stop and get up really quickly. Good clear anyway. But I would try to stay. So when you're coming back here, stay facing this way. Like stay going this way and kind of shadowing a little bit until you see what kind of touch you get, or until you see what kind of touch Sweet gets. Because if he bangs it and it goes off back wall, then that's a pretty easy clear. And then if he gets a weak hit, like he does, like he did not get the greatest of hits here. It was okay. Then you don't necessarily have to then aerial backwards like you were doing. But again, good touch anyway. Good way to get the ball back. Nice boost grab. Unlucky 50. I don't hate that. Let's go back to that. With no boost, yeah, I don't hate that, because that wall clear is going to be pretty difficult. You can see that he's not going to get the quickest touch off. Probably wouldn't work in higher levels because they're going to get a better center in than that, but not hateful. Good save by him. I don't know if you didn't think he was going to get there, but that flip just really puts you out of position, puts you in an awkward stance. Luckily, they didn't get anything out of it. Let me go back to this. Really wish I could slow it down. Okay. So I'm torn on this one too. So they get the clear off the wall. Teammate doesn't get the greatest of clears. You jump, that's fine. So they both, oh, Jesus. Where are we at? Oh God, what have I done? Here we go, we're getting back. Cool, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so they both miss, right? You can see on your left side that the left side of the field is wide open. So more than likely, the other team, like, so the first guy's here, more than likely, unless he's literally right off your screen, isn't really going to be flying in for this challenge. So he actually lands decently well, and your teammate's honestly not that bad behind him either. So I would say wait this out a little bit because, yeah, because he's able to get up. The other team is able to get up and get that challenge, and then you had already committed to the clear, and so did your teammate. So now you guys are both out of position, and he landed in a weird spot. Teammate got back. If you can here, I would say instead of immediately running for boost, I would say wait and see how your teammate lands. Granted, with 6, it's kind of hard to really do anything. But if your teammate hadn't landed like he did, it would have put you guys in a tough spot that you immediately went for mid. Luckily, he was able to recover in time and get a good save. Not the worst clear. Good follow off the wall. Like it. Missed the clear. Don't know what that was, but alright. Go back to that really quick. So your teammate, good chase. Miss, not a whole lot you can do there. Nice slow down. I like that a lot. Way to slow the play down. Because you know they both missed, you know you have time. He missed the boost. So that little touch was brilliant. Teammate almost bumped you out of the way. Unlucky with the flick. Kind of did bump you out of the way. I don't think you need to grab that boost there, because you are already a little bit ahead of the dribble, so trying to cut out from underneath the ball and getting that boost made it a little bit harder for you to control that. Ended up working out again. Just unlucky on the flick. Good demo. Buys you some time. Teammate coming in, that's all right. Good awareness that he was there. Boost. Like the idea. Kind of hard to get anything going with nothing there. Good challenge by a teammate. All right. I want to watch that through one more time just to see. Is that right? Both in the corner, grab the boost. Teammate goes. Mind the slow play here. I would say if you're going to drive to the wall like that, I would say try to go up and get that challenge so you know your teammate just got bumped to the back. So you know he's going to be on that side. Now granted, you don't know exactly where he is because he's obviously off your screen. But you turn back to the left and go straight to the wall. But you don't actually go up the wall for a challenge. So all that does is puts you on the same side of the ball, and it puts you in an awkward position. Because if he gets a good hit off the wall here, you've got to be backwards and somehow be able to turn around and do like a quick backwards aerial to try to get a good clear off of that. So if you're going to turn like that, I would say go up and challenge on the wall. Otherwise, just turn back around and follow the play. Because yeah, your teammate was right there. Classic Rocket League. Just the big whiffs. Yeah. So not a bad game at all. A lot of it just comes down to knowing where your teammate is. I'm not sure if you were partied with this guy or not, but he seemed decently aggressive. So just keeping that in mind. But I don't know. I didn't think that was too bad at all. Good stuff.